All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 10 a.m. on July 10th, 2025. So this will be kind of a brief briefing because we are looking at pretty much the same weather that we've seen, just a few minor changes. So the big thing is the heat will be building this weekend into next week. We'll talk a little bit about that. The rain and storm chances will continue. Some heavy rain is possible, but think of a typical summer downpour, summer thunderstorms. And the tropics do remain quiet, so that's really good news. So, heat stress is building. That's the main thing to talk about. This weekend, we will see the heat indices climb up to um, limited to elevated across the area. So we're looking at 105 to 110 heat index. Um, Even though it doesn't explicitly say it in this graphic, I would expect that there is potential for the elevated to expand eastward heading into early next week. And you can see the trends here that we are climbing, especially by Tuesday, Wednesday into next week. We'll be keeping a close eye on that, mainly because the actual temperatures are going to be increasing. So we've been hanging around pretty much normal. Normal for this time of year is 92, 93. So when we get up into the mid to upper 90s is when we'll start to see the increased heat. So you can just see that temperature trend there. But we're not without rain. We are going to continue to see the rain each afternoon. Very typical for the summertime. I wouldn't say that it's anything severe or drastic, anything of concern, but just something to monitor if you have an outdoor event, because these things can carry lightning and heavy rain for travel and stuff like that. Generally, they do dissipate after sunset. So generally, we're looking at 1/2 inch to 2 inches over the next 7 days. We are highlighted in a marginal risk. Doesn't really carry too much weight. It's just kind of a heads up on that heavy downpours are possible. We saw some heavy downpours yesterday, and the day before, so very typical for this time of year. And as I mentioned before, the tropics are quiet. That's always good news. We always love to see that. So just to reiterate, we're looking at the heat building into next week. That's the main thing. Um, the rain and storms will continue as typical for this time of year, and the tropics remain quiet.